I've never actually said this out loud. I'm sweating now. I don't even know that I've told Ryan this ever. I don't know that he even knows this. I'm so sweaty. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It took me so long to get a healthy relationship with food. If you watch my story here on my channel, you know I've done every crazy fad diet, completely restricting food groups from my diet. And I'm so happy because I truly can say right now, I eat whatever I want, burgers, fries, pizza, whatever, when I want it, but I can still have abs. And there's stuff that as I look at what's changed in my life from those times where I restricted stuff and didn't have abs to now when I eat whatever I want and have abs, that really have made a huge difference for me. And I know if you can get these into your routine too, you will be able to have a healthier relationship with food and eat what you want without it controlling you. Every day without fail on Instagram and here on YouTube, I get questions about eating habits, like how to cut cravings, how to not overdo it, how to be able to find a healthy balance. So I actually did a question box on Instagram the other day and asked you guys what your biggest struggles were. And those were the things I just heard over and over and over again. And honestly, that's the stuff I struggled with the most too in my own journey. And that first one was cravings. I craved sweets all the time. Sweets and salty food and fried food and fast food. I just craved everything, honestly. I wanted all the junk food all the time. And obviously, if you have those cravings, you one, either give in to them, or two, you start restricting yourself. And that's what I did. I would feel so crazed by the things I wanted that I was no, I can't have this. So I'd go on these extreme diets where I'd cut everything out. But here's the thing, when you do that, all that happens is you want those things more, and the cravings and the craziness goes in your head, and then you end up overdoing it, right? So for me, it was really important to figure out how to reduce those cravings so I mentally could stop obsessing about that stuff, but also physically stop feeding myself all of that junk. Because what happens with cravings is when you have, say sugar, for example, especially sugar, which by the way, sugar's in pasta, sugar's in bread. It's not just oh, I eat candy. It's hiding everywhere. Realizing that was really big. But the more you have that stuff, the more you crave it. And I know that sounds duh kind of, but it's not. It's one of those things that your body physiologically responds to it, and it's like crack. It's crazy. You get super addicted. So the more you have it, the more you want it, and that cycle just continues. Okay, so the things that I did to really help me cut down on my cravings. Again, I can now have that stuff, but it's not I'm obsessing about it or thinking about it all the time and just craving it. So one of the things I did was I started snacking more. And there were so many questions from you girls about snacking, how to stop snacking. You're I'm a grazer, I just snack all day. Girl, you need to snack, it's okay. But it's about having the right snack so that you can balance your blood sugar levels, which will reduce your cravings. So I started just making snack swaps, healthier options. I'm not talking start eating celery instead of tortilla chips. That's just ridiculous. But I really started to try to add more healthy fats and healthy proteins into my diet, because those two things will help you curb your cravings, which is awesome. So they not only make you feel more full, especially if you're getting fiber in your meal, so carbs, you need carbs also in your life. But it really will help your blood sugar level stay balanced throughout the day, so you don't all of a sudden have those slumps where you're give me everything, and then just grab and shove whatever you have around you in your face. So snacking is a good thing. It's just about making smarter snack choices. I also, when I'd have those cravings still for maybe more junk food, I would try to find a way to make it at home or find one to buy that was at least a healthier option. So I'm not talking sugar-free artificial garbage, just if I wanted French fries, maybe instead I would try to make French fries at home, so I know at least how much oil, how much salt, all that stuff's going into them. So the best thing really that I found that you can do to help just curb your cravings is to snack more, snack consistently, and make sure you're getting those healthy fats. That's why I always share my hanger bomb recipes. There's a new hanger bomb recipe in the free sweat starter meal plan detox for the spring slim down. So if you guys haven't gotten that yet, the link is down below. Those are the best. When you are craving something sweet, it's loaded with healthy fat, but it also just really hits that kind of chocolatey sweet craving for you without making you want more junk. Okay, so another question you guys asked a ton was really about like how to avoid overdoing it if you are like giving into cravings. And then also like if I calorie count, if I macro count, like how you figure all that out so that you don't overdo it. So first of all, I don't count calories. I don't count macros. You guys, like I was so crazy obsessed with all of that for years. It drove me nuts, literally. And like I said, when you start trying to be so restrictive, it ends up making you want all the things you quote unquote can't have even more. And I honestly would feel like when I was counting calories that I'd get to a point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm on my last like meal or snack I can have. I can't have anything else. And then I'd stress out and want that stuff more. And it's just like not a healthy way to live. Like, and also who wants to be logging everything they eat all day? Like it's crazy. It's just crazy. So for me, like I don't do any of that stuff. I obviously like have my meal plans that have a baseline of calories and macros to make sure it is a healthy amount. And the goal really is to help you like learn how to eat that balanced way so you can just like think about stuff in food. So like one, I always use a hand as a measurement. This is like a great way to like avoid overdoing it, whether you're having a treat or you're just eating a meal. So like the palm of your hand is the protein. Your thumb is like fat, like how much fat you should have. This part of your fingers is your grain. So if you're having like brown rice or quinoa or something, and then veggies are just like endless. So I always try to have a healthy fat, a healthy protein, carbs, and greens in every meal. And it's crazy because I literally went years and years where I'd go on and off completely cutting out carbs. And again, not only did I not have abs, I was like overweight, 45 pounds. And I'd be like, oh, cutting carbs, that's how I'm gonna lose weight. It's not. I've lost more weight, built more lean muscles, seen more definition since having carbs a part of my diet. It's absolutely crazy. So making sure that I'm having that balance throughout my day, again, going back to like snacking consistently, hitting all of these different areas of food groups throughout the day is really what helps me not overdo it. Because one, if I'm getting all that in, I'm not gonna be super hungry. I'm not gonna be craving crazy things. But even if I'm like, oh, you know what? Like French fries really sound good or ice cream really sounds good right now. Then when I have that, I'm gonna feel full faster. I'm not gonna feel like I need to down a carton because I've been restricting myself all day long and now I have to eat the entire thing of ice cream, right? Like you'll be more satisfied with less of those extra things if you're eating the right things throughout your day. Also, I drink a ton of water, which helps not only because your body just needs it and to flush it out, but it also does help you feel a little more full. So you think more about what you're eating. With like avoiding overdoing it, the other thing that I do also is I try to slow down and enjoy my food. Whether it's a healthy meal I made or it's like kind of like cheaty junk food, like I just got tacos and a burrito or whatever, I try to like really enjoy it. And slowing down and chewing and thinking about the food you're eating will also help you to eat less because you're not gonna just be like, yes, I need this, and like down it in 5 seconds, it's over, right? That's it. So those are things that have really helped me avoid overdoing it when I do have those cravings. And I know if you start to do some of those things, you will feel such a difference. So I know for me, one of the biggest issues was, I'd get these cravings. So I'd be out and instead of having like a glass of wine and just like a little dessert or sharing a dessert, I'd drink a bottle of wine. I'd get my own dessert. I'd eat burritos at 2 a.m. after drinking all night, like heavily. So like I'd get the cravings, I'd overdo it. And then there's this guilt. Like this horrible guilt that comes after you do that. And it was like a cycle that I went through over and over and over again. And reading all of your guys' questions and comments all the time, like that's something I know as not just women, probably men too, but obviously we're women. I know a lot of us deal with that. And it is like a sickening feeling. We should never have to feel that way. I've never actually said this out loud. And even when I was like thinking about what I want to share with you guys, I was like, I'm sweating now. I don't even know that I've told Ryan this ever. I don't know that he even knows this, but there was a period of time where I would make myself throw up after eating because I felt so guilty about what I put in my body. And I knew I was going to feel guilty before I did it. And then I would do it. And then I'd feel so sick with that guilt that I would make myself throw up. Thinking that was going to make it better and make me feel better and, get those calories out of my body. Wow, it feels really good to say out loud though. I can say that for sure. Give me a second. I'm so sweaty. I know that that's probably something that is more common among girls and women than we even know. And I'm gonna put a link down below for you guys, like if that's something you're struggling with, so that you can talk to someone and get help, because it's not okay. And it's so serious. And it's something I never really dealt with. I'm so grateful that I got out of that place. But I had to realize that there's no reason I should feel guilty about choices I was making. But I also realized that my body was precious. We get one body, to take care of and nurture, and food should be fuel. It shouldn't be a weapon against ourselves when we're angry or emotional or anything else. Like, it is intended to fuel our body, to give us energy, to make us feel good so we can live our best lives. And yes, it should be enjoyed, of course. Like, we're not gonna be eating like celery and lettuce with lemon juice. Like, that is not what life is about. It's too short. And I want you to be able to find that healthy balance so that you can enjoy and splurge and eat the cake and have the French fries and still reach your goals. And it's not just about getting abs, you guys. Like, everyone has abs. We all have abs. You might not see them, but they're there. But for me, obviously, as a personal trainer, I continue to challenge myself. Like, I never thought I would ever see definition years ago. That was not something I thought was possible for my body. But the more that I got into these healthy habits and really started to use food as fuel for my body, I started to pay attention to how the foods made me feel, how they impacted my mood, my energy levels, how I slept. I realized, like, it's so powerful. It's so powerful in making us feel good. And before, it was temporary. That feeling good was a moment, and then I would feel my darkest and most like down, desperate, emotional, horrible self immediately after. And that would linger. That lingered a long time. And when you start thinking about it that way, it's like, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this to myself? So really being able to start thinking about food in the right way, starting to fuel your body with the right things. The more you flood it with all the good stuff, fill your plate, there's less room for the bad. And I hate even labeling food as good or bad, because it automatically makes it like a mental and emotional thing, as if you eat something that's quote unquote bad, you are then bad. We shouldn't think of it that way. So let's say foods that fuel your body and add benefit, and the ones that don't, but are still fun to have sometimes. And you can get to that place. So again, it's really making sure you're looking at what you're eating as fuel, as something that's going to give you energy. So healthy fats, healthy proteins, healthy carbs, starting there, getting your greens, and then allowing yourself to indulge now and then, and realize like that's a great treat moment. You don't have to overdo it, and you don't have to allow that moment to then send you down a spiral rabbit hole of bad things. And that's something I did too, where I'd be like, well, I already ate 5 chips, so I might as well eat the entire bag. And then I'd go down, 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 and then that guilt comes again, right? It doesn't have to be like that. There's like a healthy place where you can be like, yeah, I'm gonna have a small bowl of chips as a snack, and that's fine. And I'm satisfied and I feel good about it. I'll be honest, it's hard at first, for sure. Even if you're filling yourself up with all the good stuff, you're still gonna want that other stuff. The first couple weeks are really tough. I did a lot of self-talk, lots of pep talks, like, no, Katie, these are amazing, wonderful chips in your bowl, and that's all you need. Also, not buying that stuff really helps, because you have to think about it before you go and get it. You know what I mean? So you have to be like, yeah, it's totally worth it. And sometimes it's totally worth it. But I think being more mindful is really, really something that has changed the game for me. At the end of the day, it's not just about losing weight. It is about feeling good from the inside out, mentally, physically, emotionally. And if you're fueling your body in the right way, if you guys take these tips, you will start to feel that way. And to be honest, you are gonna probably start to lose weight because you're doing the right things for your body, and it will work for you if you let it. I hope you guys liked this video and found this helpful. If you did, sweat the thumbs up, give it a little click, and comment down below. Let me know what like your biggest craving is, and I'm gonna come in the comments and give you guys some ideas and ways to help you switch that around, get rid of those crazy cravings so you can reach your goals too. And make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Hit that red button. Click the little bell to turn on notifications. It helps me so much. It means so much to me because it tells me and tells YouTube that you like my videos so I can keep making more of them for you. And if you feel like someone else could benefit from this, make sure you guys share it. All right, I love you. I will see you soon. Bye.